While the SA Women's Commission has been launched, it is a platform for women from all walks of life to discuss most pressing issues.
It also affords them space to collaborate on initiatives to bring about change. Let's discuss this further now with Nobuntu Hlazo-Webster, the convener of the SA Women's Commission. A very good morning to you, Nobuntu, and thank you so much for joining us. So the platform is launched. That's a great start on its own, but what exactly is a woman who is now wanting to understand more about what the Women's Commission is trying to do? What do you say to that person? How do you explain what it is what's in it for them, essentially? I think that would be the best question is, what is in it for me? What is the SA Women's Commission in it for?
So I think, thank you very much for, first of all, the opportunity for us to talk about the South African Women's Commission. But I think, in responding to your question, what I'd say is maybe it's time we stopped thinking about what's in it for us. And that's firstly how I'd respond to it. And I'd say that it's probably time that we started thinking about what we need to be doing for our country. And actually, that is the premise, and that's the essence of how the South African Women's Commission has come about. It's to say that every single year, year in and year out, we commemorate Women's Month, Women's Day, we get together as women, and a lot of the time, we are empowering each other, which is very necessary. It's something that we need. A lot of the time, we are addressing some of the issues that affect women, particularly issues of inequality, gender inequality. But I think that we've come to a time where as women, we actually need to start working together, collaborating to address the pressing issues in South Africa. When you look at what the women of 1956 did, that's 66 years ago, they gathered, and while they understood that at the time what was pressing and the task of the time was to liberate the nation, what they understood also was that that couldn't happen without the full participation of women. And so the South African Women's Commission says, yes, we need to do things to empower ourselves as women, absolutely. But we also now need to start participating in shaping South Africa. We will not see the issues that we see in our countries and the crises that we see in our countries resolved unless women are taking their position and fully participating in resolving those issues.
Yeah. You're speaking about being able to fully participate and resolve the issues. Perhaps it also speaks as well, Nobuntu, in terms of us women taking a reflective stance on the contribution that we've made to perpetuate some of the inequalities that exist, right? Not to say that, women are always at the guilty front, but sometimes women also, us as women, and I'm including myself in this, need to be able to be more deliberate and intentional about formulating those spaces where other women can thrive. That we no longer have a mentality of almost the Queen Bee syndrome, which was obviously perpetuated in the 1970s because of the socioeconomic disparities that existed with women. So women were afforded less opportunity. So women found themselves at higher ranks of society and closing the door essentially on other women. But how then do we start encouraging that deliberate intent for collaboration amongst women, but the deliberate intent of empowerment amongst women, because there are women who are in positions of influence, position of power, and really we need to be able to democratize that power so that it's not only I'm at the top of the food chain, let everybody else's door be closed.
So when we're gathering today, Faith, we are gathering with women from different walks of life. There are women here who are students. There are women here who are workers from different sectors. There are traders here. There are corporate executives here. There are women from civil society, academia, from government. And that is the intention. That is precisely the intention, that we get together as women and we say, what can I do? What can I contribute to a woman who's a trader to help them? Because ultimately they are addressing issues of unemployment in this country because they're doing the work that creates opportunity for income for themselves, for their families, and often for other people that may help them in their work. What can a woman who's a corporate executive do to assist that woman? What can a woman who is in civil society benefit from an ordinary woman who can participate in the work that they are doing? That is precisely why we're getting together, Faith, to say that how can we use the spaces of influence that we are in to start to empower each other as women, but ultimately and most importantly, to start to input or to start to contribute to change and to the building of the country and to the addressing of some of the issues that we see. For instance, when there are young unemployed graduates in the country. It affects everybody. You know, those are some of the things that contribute to crime. But as a woman who has the kind of influence that you're talking about, there are things and there are spaces and there are opportunities that I can perhaps be able to afford another woman to contribute to lessening the unemployment rate that we see in our country.
Just before we let you go, Nobuntu, as a man, I am part of the problem. I am part of the reason why there now needs to be the formation of a SA Women's Commission to encourage women to stand together and to better each other. So because I am part of the problem, and perhaps there is now reflection and acknowledgement that I'm part of the problem, how then do I turn that around and become part of the solution? I can't join the SA Women's Commission. So how then would I be able to help the SA Women's Commission achieve its goals?
As a man, at this point, what is important is to be able to support the initiative. So one of the things that we're doing as the SA Women's Commission is that we've invited exhibitors, women who are in various sectors, women who are in small businesses, women who are in civil society, to come and exhibit their work, to come and show the work that they're doing. They will not only need support and collaboration from the other women in the room, they will also need support and collaboration from men. So what you can do is you can support the efforts of women in various sectors. You can support the efforts of women in business. You can support the efforts of women in civil society. The things that women are doing to change this country, the things that women are doing in education, the things that women are doing in the employment sector. You can support that. There is absolutely nothing stopping you from supporting that. And so post this, we'll be sharing even some of the collaborations and the decisions that have been made in this commission. You can support that. We are absolutely clear that there's no bettering South Africa with only one gender. We're absolutely clear on that. There's the betterment of the country and the growth of the country needs for everybody to be involved and for everybody to participate. And so while as women we gather today to commemorate the women of 1956 and to actually recognize and take our position now as women and support each other, we're very clear that we have to do this with everybody. We have to do this with men, and we need the support of men, especially because women have often been on the lesser end of opportunity. So we absolutely welcome the support of men.
Yeah, we have to leave it here, but all the best for the SA's Women's Commission. I really do hope that we're able then to forge ahead in terms of some of those strategies to ensure that women success across, or succeed rather, across all fields really of sectors of industry as well as just in society in general. Nobuntu Hlazo-Webster there giving us the latest on that, the convener of the SA's Women's Commission.